his hand off. It says not to be friends with Jews and Christians, Surah 551. Muhammad says don't take Jews and Christians for your friends. In Surah 9:29, Muhammad said, kill those who don't believe in Allah, His messenger, and in the religion of truth, which is supposedly Islam, and they don't believe in what Allah and His messenger made unlawful. Kill them unless they pay jizya, blood money. In Surah 9:28, he cursed the Jews and Christians. In Surah Muhammad verse 4, it says, behead the infidels wherever you find them. So when I saw these things, I saw, wow, this could not be from God. So I lost my faith in Islam completely. But at the same time, I was asking and questioning, so where I come from? Who made this world? If there's no God, then who made the world? If there's a God, then who is He? And in Islam, what Islam has done, it attached itself to Christianity, to Judaism. You know, for example, it says, yeah, we believe in the Torah and in the Gospel. We believe in Moses and Abraham and Noah. And so in my mind, I thought all of them were the same family. I didn't even know Jesus was a Jew or he was from Israel. Nothing. So when I began to see the cruelty of Islam and the injustice and evil that is in it, I completely realized that either there's no God or if there's a God, it couldn't be this one. Then from 16 to 19, many things happened. My father died. I lost my school. All my hope was gone. Life was meaningless, depressing, sad, and uncertain. Everything seemed like so meaningless for me. I wanted to know the meaning of life. I didn't want to live in this world that is so dark and depressing. And so when I was 19 years old, for first time, I heard about Jesus. I heard that...
Who told you?
So first time, I heard through a radio. And on this radio, I heard about that...
Iranian radio?
Yeah, it was broadcasting from outside. I don't know which radio was it. I heard a testimony, actually. It wasn't the gospel. I heard a testimony of a guy who was going to kill himself. And then he heard this music as he was going to take his life. He followed the music, he went to a church, and there he became a Christian, his life changed. That's all I heard. But I didn't make much of it. And then a few weeks later, I heard through satellite, broadcasting into Iran from outside, that Jesus is the Lord, and He died for me, and He rose from the dead. And I said, no, that's too good to be true. You know, how could God have a son? I could, you know, all these, He rose from the dead. And I said, no. Second time I heard again. The third time I heard, I said, okay, Jesus, if this is true, I ask you to show me. I ask you to come into my life. If it's real, be my Lord, be my Savior. And I prayed this prayer. I said, if it's real, I want to see. Show me something. I want to see. And the moment I say that, a heat went through my hand. Through my left hand, a heat went through my hand, went through all my body. I began to shake and tremble. I began to cry. And I felt this love and this peace and this joy I'd never experienced before. I felt a burden was lifted off my shoulder. I began to feel love for people, for anybody who had hurt me. I began to forgive them. I began to feel forgiveness and love and joy. I mean, it was a instant transformation. It wasn't a process.
Beautiful.
I was just full of joy. I was jumping up and down. And then I went to my mom's house. And my mother was sick for many years. She had a chronic disease. And so I knew, I had, you know, for years I prayed to Allah. We used to go to mosque and beat ourselves. We go to the shrines of these imams and begging and praying and throwing money. Nothing happened. But the first time I said, Jesus, He showed up. I felt His power. So this time I knew whatever I asked, He will answer me. My mom saw me. She said, what happened to you? Your face is shining. I put my hands on my mother and I prayed for my mother. And my mother got healed. So my mother became my first convert. And then my sisters and my brothers. And in Iran, there's an underground movement, millions of people becoming believers.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. You say, we hear stories that millions of people, is it really true?
Yes.
Millions of people are coming to know
Yes, millions
the
of
Messiah?
people. Millions of people coming to Messiah. And they say there's 8 million believers.
8 million,
8 million
believers.
believers. Iran is 85 million. And they say
So that's 10% of the population.
10%, exactly.
It's unbelievable.
So people are coming to the Lord.
And they're all in
right.
tell us, all underground churches?
Underground churches, all home churches, because it's illegal. In Iran, you can't become a believer. It's against
Now tell
the law.
us, what brought you here?
So, long story, I escaped Iran. I was a refugee. I went to America. I went to a Bible college. And I was pastoring a church in California, Iranian church. I began to reach to Iranian. And 3 years ago, I met my wife. She's a Messianic Jew from Israel. and we fell in love, and we met through her art, actually.
By the way, I don't know if you know, but it's very, very rare that an Israeli girl dates an Iranian ex-Muslim Christian.
Exactly. So it was the grace of God. It was a miracle, and it was His plan. So we met through her arts. We met, and we talked to her parents, and then God gave us favor and grace. We got married in 2020, and we lived in America for 2.5 years together. And then we felt to come to Israel. We have a love and a passion for Israel, for the Jewish people. And we came here. We came here to Israel. So it's the grace of God. You know, a suicidal, depressed boy in Iran, now to be in Israel here sitting with you.
I think a common point between Judaism and Islam towards Jesus, towards Yeshua, is his deity.
Yes.
It's a very, very hard thing
That's right.
to try to explain both to the Jews and to the Muslim a triune God, the Trinity, God revealing himself in flesh. How do you do it?
That's right. So it's very difficult. It has to really be a revelation from a spirit. But, if you can get them to the door, God will do the rest. God will basically reveal himself to them.